What's going on, everyone in YouTube world? This is the Cockney bike. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Have you seen the new Rocket 3, the 2019 Rocket 3? Two versions of that bike, a cruiser and a tourer. And I like that cruiser. All that 2500 cc's of pure adrenaline. Oh, I bloody want one. 163 foot-pounds of torque. I don't know how many brake horsepower it's got, somewhere right up there for an engine of that size. But that torque, touch that throttle and it'll melt your face off. Oh, I want one. I want one. I want one. How am I going to get one? I mean, it's not just so much even that. I mean, BMW have got a lovely 2019, like 1250, was it RS? Looks like it's an RT, but it's got a slimmer front end. Oh, bloody hell. How am I going to get myself those two bikes? I mean, we're talking about Tuesday to Wednesday bike or something. I don't know. Let's discuss. Cue the intro. Yeah, so they managed to shed some weight off the Rocket 3 by shearing some components in the engine, and they changed the frame a little bit. It's a single-sided swing arm, got monster brakes and everything, but yeah, they managed to shave off what they said was a few kilograms. I don't know what that is anymore. I've been in this country for too long, but they've upped the power, lowered the weight. I mean, what can go wrong? It's the same with like that new BMW. The thing is though, I don't know if it's anything to do with the flipping trade issues that we're having with all these other countries, but both those bikes are not coming out until later on in the year. We're talking what, like October, November, December-ish sort of time period. Didn't fancy my chance if you were going to pull that in front of me. Yeah, so anyway, both those bikes are hovering around between 15 and 20 grand. Should be happy with what I've got, and I am, but I do like changes being the spice of life. I mean, I don't want to give up Cherry, but I would like to sample all the other bikes. That's why I love test riding bikes, because I just like trying them out. I like seeing what they've got, feeling how they move and everything. Don't matter which, whether it's like, you know, a tourer, a cruiser, all-terrain, sports bike, don't matter. I'll try them all. Fortunately, the dealerships near me, they don't really like the idea of people test riding their machines, especially if they throw them up online or something. No bike. Oh, it's a lady rider. Hello. Bump. Bump. Bloody hell. These roads are atrocious. There's potholes and bash-ups everywhere on them. I mean, we always complain about the roads, but that one is particularly bad. And guess what? You forgot your Smokey, sir. How can you forget your Smokey? Oh. I'm always forgetting something. Don't get old, kids. Whatever you do, do not get old. You always forget something. One day I'm going to take a dump with a runny nose and forget which to wipe first. Yeah, 15 to 20 grand for those bikes. That's going to be a lot of money. How do I do it? How do I do it? I can open up a Patreon and put the feelers out for begging, and I can make it look all grey and sad like, do you have a spare $15,000 to $20,000 that you can give to a Cockney biker who is in desperate need of a couple of new motorcycles? I wouldn't say desperate need. Show them you care by subscribing, clicking the like button, sharing the video with your friends. Oops, skull. Are they open? I'm gonna get a tug if I don't quickly and get it together. Oh well. I could just play the lottery. Got more chance of like getting eaten by a shark in the middle of a flipping tornado. Sharknado. That's... How many versions of that movie? How many sequels have come out? I'm not asking for much. Just a little bit of speed. And let's see if we can avoid some of those lumps and bumps. I'll tell you what's a good job that this bike's got some really seriously cool suspension. Like, it's adjustable and it's like, oh, you You can go like from rock solid to nice and spongy, depending on how you're riding. You know, if I'm cruising up a highway, like doing like a 1,000-mile run or something like that, spongy. If I'm like, you know, kind of opening her up a little bit, well, if I'm in town or something, I just have it on normal. But if I'm doing a spirited ride, I'll put it onto like sports mode, stiffen the suspension up and everything. Which also means that, like I say, it can cope with some of these bumps on these roads a little bit easier than like some of your more traditional bikes. Come on, get a move on. Oh, come on, mate. It's the pedal on the right makes it go faster. So I'm not the only one. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what is referred to as a Jewish roadblock. Followed with a little bit of road rage. Yeah, it'll be fun to see a punch up at the lights up ahead. I wouldn't actually. Can't stand the idea of road rage. I'd rather just back off and get out of there. You know, why put it at risk? Who knows what people are packing in these cars? You know, one of them cuts you off, give them a finger and all that, they chase you and give you a load of shit. You know, you have a row back with them, next thing you know, you're pointing down the barrel of a 9mm. And normally it's the least person you expect. You know, normally it's like the 95-year-old granny. Let me get you. Oh, you fuck. Oh, you tit. You jump in the red lights there. I saw what you did. But I'll still get up there when you get up there, because those red lights can hold you up, and this bike ain't slow. Told ya. You don't want to be on this side of the road with that truck there. He's going to take his sweet time. It's called strategic riding. Assuming that everyone gets their asses in gear. Come on. Come on. What's your game, sonny Jim? There's a rat in the kitchen, what am I gonna do? There's a rat in the kitchen, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna fix that rat, that's what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fix that rat. I don't know why I've got UB40 playing in my head. Sorry, I must have heard that song like the other day. I can't get it out of my head now. Don't you hate it when that happens, you get a song stuck in your head? What are you doing? What's your goal in life, son? Young lady. 1 o'clock half struck. Oh, you're going to put that in front of me. Oh, you little shit. No, okay. Hello, old lady. Oh, I nearly stalled my cherry. Yeah, you know, like, acceleration's a bad idea when vehicles are stopped in front of you, right? I'd hate for you to go anywhere not knowing that. Always one. Come on, Shed, I'm letting you in. Working at the car wash. Working at the car wash. I should put some sounds on or something. All that too many copyright issues and infringements. That's why I make my own music. Yes, it's not that good. But at least the music I come out with is mine. And I'm going to get a tug.
I'm gonna get a tug.
Do not tug me. 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 Here's a 50-mile-an-hour road, dear. Better give that rider a warning there. Actually, I heard a rumour, or I'd heard something some time ago, that it's illegal to warn upcoming traffic that there might be like the popo knocking about or something. Either by flashing your lights or by popping the top of your helmet or something like that. I don't entirely know if it's true or not. Let me know in the comments if it's true. No, I can't be expected to know everything. I better slow it down a little bit. Alright, so here's a question for you all. Now, a very popular internet personality, or a very popular YouTube personality, As he put out a video the other day saying that he's going to get rid of his extremely powerful, extremely fast motorcycle. And he says the reason is that, you know, it's just that he's not uncomfortable with it. I mean, he says he's very, very comfortable with that bike. And that's the problem. He says he's too comfortable with it, and he wants to live for a few years longer, you know, rather than do something insanely or unusually stupid. And that made me wonder. It's like, because he's got a couple of other bikes, and he might offload one or two of them, but he's going to stick with something which, for all intentions and purposes, is much slower and a more subdued machine. And you know what, props to him, kudos, it's a free country, do whatever you want. I don't have a problem with that at all, so let's put that aside. But I think it's more psychological. How do you go from like 200 horses to something that might be just like 110, 120? How do you do a drop in power and not feel it? I mean, I'll give you an example. I mean, I test rode like the 1200 RT. Or was it the GS, sorry. 1200 GS, and it was a great bike. And if I'd have been on any other bike, or if I'd never been on Cherry here with 160 horses, I'd have thought that bike would have been the end all be all in terms of power and acceleration and all that. But I've been completely spoiled by the power band of this particular bike. Now, if I got onto something like, you know, well, the only way for me is up. I mean, that's why I'm talking about the Triumph Rocket 3, the new version with the 2500cc engine. Yes, I'm looking at like the new BMW, the 2019 RT. But, or was it RS? Whichever one. Yes, the RS. I mean, I know I'm looking at that, but like if I was riding that bike, it'd just be a little kind of like potter around town or something like that. But I would very quickly miss the power band and like the pulling and, you know, the sheer power of the thing. I keep saying power band and everything like that. But, you know, this bike bloody goes. Now, it's nothing compared to that very popular YouTuber's motorcycle, I can promise you that. If I probably sat on that thing and took it for a ride, I'd probably scream like a girl. Then again, he's a young man, I'm old. But how would you be able to go from 200 horses to like 120 horses and just think, yeah, everything's fine? I don't know. I don't think I could do it. Or at least, I mean, I could do it, don't get me wrong, I could do it, but I just don't know if I'd like it for a prolonged period of time. Okay, it's like this. It's like you've been dating, like, Christina Hendricks, but you sort of like feel, well, I better go back to Rosie O'Donnell. See what I mean? Both might be equally rich, but you do wonder. Oh well. This is the Cockney Biker channel, not the Analogy channel. Alright, well anyway, I'm signing off here. I'm getting home, getting myself sorted out, have some lunch and all that. So every one of you take care of yourselves. Your mind day go. Like I say, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. It's sort of just down there somewhere. And like, subscribe, share. And as always, laters.